Thank you, Bill. All right, first question. How can you throw a ball as hard as you can and have it come back to you, even if it doesn't bounce off of anything? There's nothing attached to it, and no one else catches and throws it back. It's question number one. Question number two.
You want an answer?
No,
No, not that.
no, don't say the answer.
Okay.
What occurs once every minute, twice every moment, and yet never in 1,000 years? Number three, what's full of holes but still holds water? Number four, what flies without wings? I haven't asked you these before, have I?
No.
Where will you find roads without vehicles, forests without trees, and cities without houses?
Can you say that again, please?
Where will you find roads without vehicles, forests without trees, and cities without houses? Number six,
Heavens.
what are two things you can eat for supper? What are two things you cannot eat for supper? Number seven, what word looks the same upside down and backwards? Number eight, what five-letter word becomes shorter when you add two letters to it?
Gosh.
Number nine, a boy was rushed to the hospital emergency room. In the ER doctor saw the boy and said, "I can't operate on this boy. He is my son." But the doctor was not the boy's father. Well, how could that be? And number 10. Number 10, what can you keep but cannot share? And once you share it, you cannot keep it anymore. All right.
These are tough.
So when you throw a ball as hard as you can, and it comes back to you, you throw it in straight up in the air.
Yes.
Good one. All right.
Got that one.
All right. Okay. Number 2 is what occurs once a minute, twice a moment, yet never in 1,000 years? The letter M.
M.
All right. What's full of holes but still holds water?
Sponge.
A sponge, yes.
Oh, didn't get that one.
What flies without wings? Nobody got that one? Nobody wants to venture what they wrote down.
Missile would be one possibility.
What was that one?
Missile, a missile.
Okay, this one is time.
Time. Oh,
The time flies.
Where will you find roads without vehicles, forests without trees, and cities without houses?
a map?
A map, that's right. What are 2 things you can't eat for supper?
Breakfast and lunch.
All right.
Right, great.
Let's see. What word looks the same upside down and backwards?
Wow.
Well, a couple of them. How about swims? SWIMS. Noon also, NOON.
Mhm.
What five-letter word becomes shorter when you add two letters to it?
Short.
Florida.
It's short,
What?
short. Gave you the answer, come on. Okay, number 9, what, no, not yet, number 9. The boy rushed to the hospital. Who has the answer to that one?
Mother.
Say again?
It was his mother.
It was his
Mother.
mother, yes. All right, and number 11,
Up to 10.
or 10, I mean, what can you keep but cannot share, and once you share it, you can't keep it anymore?
Your words.
Secret.
Oh, secret. Well,
All right, now that you've passed that test. Tip for the day. I've covered this a couple of times. I'm going to switch to screen share in different ways. Okay, what do we got? Let me get this out of the way.
Well, it's not credible at all, especially.
So I'm looking at a note.
There's some sentiment to a certain degree. So
Isaac, mute yourself.
Very clear that he's not going to support unnecessary violence.
Okay. If you're entering text, and I'm going to go to the iPhone to do this. I'm going to go to notes. I'm going to start a new note. And you're entering the text, right? I'm just typing some random characters. And you want to change the position of the cursor. Okay. One of the tricks I taught you in the past was if you press and hold the space bar, and let me do it, see if it works with the mouse pointer. If I press and hold the space bar, see how the letters disappear? And then if I move the mouse around the keyboard, I change the position of the cursor. Okay, so if I wanted to move it behind the BFF there, I press and hold and I go up a little bit right there, and now I'm there. Now the way that they've added to drag and drop the cursor, you long press on the cursor. And you see what happened? I got a little window show up above it. And then I can move it to a different place. Okay, I'll press. And you see how I'm moving it around?
but when you let go, it didn't move. It didn't change position.
Yeah, it does. You let go and it goes to that new position. So I'm going to put it beside the H there on the top line. Let me put it beside the J there. Okay, that was on the bottom line. Let me go clear up to the top and I'll put it beside the H and then I let go. And now it's beside the H up there.
No, it's not.
No. I pushed it and now I'm moving it down here. Doesn't work as well with
take the second high, HI, and move it someplace.
I'm not moving it, I'm just changing the cursor. Okay, so it's between the H and the I on my screen.
Yes.
Press and hold the screen. Now I'm going to move it up beside the C.
Oh, so you're not moving the text, you're just moving the cursor.
Correct. I'm not cutting and pasting. That's correct.
I'm not able to do it.
It should work. Are you doing it on your iPhone or iPad? I haven't tried it on the iPad.
I'm trying it on my iPhone.
Okay,
It's on the iPad also.
so I press where the cursor is.
Yeah,
And then a little window shows up above your finger.
I got the window.
Okay, and now I'm moving it around,
Yeah,
put it right there.
yeah. And then how do you move stuff?
Well, I'm not moving stuff. I'm just moving the cursor.
Oh, that I'm able to do.
Okay. Yeah, this is not cut and paste.
Oh, okay.
And for your information, how to cut and paste, you tap the screen and you say select or select all. If I tap the word select, it shows up with this little object with two little, let me switch the mouse. It shows up with this object, little, I call them lollipops, one with a lollipop up, one with a lollipop down, and that's what I have selected. If I put my finger on the upside down lollipop, I can drag the selection. Okay. If I put it on the up lollipop, I can either increase or decrease the selection. And then when I'm done with that, I can tap copy. And now it's on that magical, mystical clipboard we frequently talk about.
But it didn't move.
Didn't move it yet. I just have it on the magical clipboard. Now I'm going to go down here, move the cursor way down here. I'm going to press and release and click paste. Okay. So let's try that on the iPhone, right? I tap the screen. Oh, didn't want to do that. And it comes up with the copy, with select all, select, or right? And I just tap the word. If I tap select all there, if I tap that select all, it will select everything that's in front of you. If I tap select, it selects, I think, the word. Let's see what it happens when I tap select here. Select that one letter. And then I put my finger on the lollipop and I can stretch it. Tap select. And then I can stretch it. And then tap copy. And now I could go to another.
Nothing is moving. Nothing is changing.
Well, no, I didn't change anything. All I've done is copy it right now.
You're copying and pasting.
And then I have to go someplace else and paste it. Let's go to my email. So it's in this magical place. You can't see it, feel it, or touch it, but it's on what's called the clipboard. And I'll go to my email and I'll start a new email. And I'll move down and tap I'm going to put it in the body of the text. So if I press and hold where the cursor is, or just tap it, I'm sorry, tap and hold where the cursor is, I can now tap paste, and it pasted what I copied in the previous step. So nothing happens when you copy that you can see.
Well, look, I thought you said earlier that you were moving something, but it didn't move in the text we were.
Oh, I
looking
was
at.
moving the cursor around.
Okay.
And I can move the cursor. Okay. All right, folks. Tip of the day. How many of you use Siri?
Yes.
Yes.
Hopefully, you're going to use it a lot. The end of this.
I use it every day.
All right. We need you to tell, in a little while, we'll have you tell us what you use, some of the commands or requests you make of Siri.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to settings. And I'm going down here to where it says Siri and Search. And I'll do it on my phone as well. Okay. And it says, listen for Hey Siri. That means you can get to Siri without pushing any buttons or doing anything. Okay. Now it's on, so I'm not going to say it very loud. The second item there is press on my iPad, which is an older iPad. It has the home button on it. So it says press and release the home button. Press the home button until the little icon appears. And I'm going to do that just to give you an idea what it looks like. See the little icon? You can release it once you've done that.
One sec.
You're not going to figure out what I wanted, so come on. I don't know what that means. I guess so. Okay.
You're not sharing your screen.
I'm not.
No,
Yes, you are.
Sure.
I'm sharing my screen, I think. Aren't I?
Yes.
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 Oh.
Yes.
why can't I see it?
I don't know, dear.
Oh, I just see you.
You should see my screen share. If everybody else is seeing it. Is that-
Yeah.
Do you just have it set for speaker?
Say again?
Hi, I'm Siri.
Does she just have it set for speaker?
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
I still didn't hear you, Diane.
I was asking her if she had Zoom set for speaker only.
Oh,
Maybe that's why she was just seeing you.
It says remove pin. What does that mean?
I'm not sure what you're looking at.
At the screen with your face.
So remove pin. See if that helps.
No.
Bear Bill, if you want to log in, log out and log in, I'll check you in again. That should help.
Seeing fine.
Right. And then on your device, it says allow Siri when locked.
You-
Bear Bill, are you looking at us on one screen only?
Yes. I always see the speaker. like you, and when somebody else spoke, I saw that speaker.
I know.
That's a setting in Zoom.
It is.
Yeah. Top right corner. It has all the different views in Zoom. And one of them is speaker only.
So it needs to change to gallery.
Well, what I did is I changed it to when you have all the views. There's a to the left of that, there are all these little boxes, and I changed it to the flat one all the way to the left of the 4 different choices. And so this way you have a full screen of just Bill's iPhone and his iPad.
If you look at the next item down there on the iPad, it says language. Same on the iPhone. And if you change the language, be sure you can speak the language you're changing it to.
Always helps.
Okay. Right? In many of the languages you might choose, there's an option for more than one voice. For example, I'm on English Australian accent, and it has 2 different voices.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
Okay, so that's the male voice.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
All right. Sometimes there's more than just 2, depending on the language you choose. The next item down is Siri response. And it says, I always have it set to always. It gives me a reinforcement that whatever I ask to have done is being done or whatever. And if it doesn't, I don't get that response, I know something's wrong. Right? Always show captions so I can see the text. And always show the speech, what I'm telling, what I'm saying. Okay,
Bill, I have a question.
yes.
Where is the responses stored for Siri? What happens is the Siri gives me a response, and there might be 2 or 3 options posted. And by the time I get to read the second or third option, the script disappears from the screen. And I'd like to recall it to be able to read the rest of it.
I don't know of a way to recall it. I've tried that myself, Peter. So yeah,
You can always screen capture.
yeah, you can always take a picture of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're like me, by the time you think to do the screen capture, it's gone.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I have my magic button, so it's really easy.
Oh, that's right. You have the magic button right here. This one. Is that what it does when you tap it once?
Yes.
You have it set to do that? Okay. Announce calls. What's that, right? Allows announcing incoming calls when second generation AirPads
You get that.
are attached.
How did you get to announce calls?
If you have announced calls, it's right here under Siri responses.
I don't even see that.
You see the list? Okay, I'm in settings and it says Siri and Search at the top.
No,
You have to hit the back arrow perhaps.
okay, I hadn't done that. Thank you.
Mhm. Announce notifications. And Siri reads your notifications, and I don't necessarily like that, so I have that turned off.
I don't even have that on mine.
No. And you have a relatively new phone, right? Or pad?
Oh, it's on back order, the phones.
Oh, okay.
I still have my antique.
That could be the reason it's not there, but I'm not sure.
Well, it's my iPad is an antique too. I have an iPad Air too.
Well, that's what mine is. My information. This is the important one of all this. And you should have your information. It should have your name here.
Mhm.
If it does not, you click the arrow and then find your name in your contacts and click it. Because what it does, if I said, take me home to Siri, it looks up my name in contacts and there's an address there. And that's the one it will use to take me and give it to maps and tell me how to get home.
So what should you have? You don't need to have anything else but just your name there, right?
Right, that's all that should be there, because what you did was you went here and then you went down to contact. Yeah, now I'll go down to my name here. And you see the one that says me beside it? I have 3 different names for my contact. The one that says me behind it is the one that Siri is using. So you could say, I could say, I'm Patty Crow. And it would assume that that's who I am talking to her.
We have to make sure our names are in the contacts.
Very good, yes. Exactly. So if your name isn't in contacts, you need to do that.
But not right this moment.
Well, it's okay.
Not me. I'd never know what else was happening.
That's key, by the way, what you just mentioned. Your name is in contacts, because there's so much it does when you do that. You can, once you have it in there, you can say things like, hey, Siri, and you can say, call me.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
You can say, hey, Siri.
Is there something else I can help with?
Hey, Siri, call me,
Go ahead.
call me special.
Sorry, I
Would
can't
like me to call you special?
Okay, I have to do it on my iPad. Hey,
Okay, special it is. Good morning.
whoever got that, whoever got special, if you say, what do you call me? She'll say, hey, Siri, call me special.
From now on, I'll
You
call
would
you.
like me to call
Would you like
you
me to call you
special?
special? It's nice to be appreciated. You're welcome.
Pretty
Now,
good if you're feeling low someday.
right, well, I have it call me handsome.
Oh,
And then you say, Siri, what do you call me?
You're Bill, but you asked me to call you handsome.
Okay. That makes you feel good early in the morning too.
yeah.
Any other ones there that are good and key?
Okay, you have turned off allow notifications.
Yes,
Okay. And you have turned off show when sharing.
yes.
And you have turned off show in spotlight.
Now
I'm
that
trying
one-
to make mine like yours
That one is
because I
on.
don't understand them all.
That one is on.
Show in spotlight.
Yep.
What was, why did you shut them off?
Okay, I must have looked.
I'm just trying
I
to
had
figure
just-
out why I did that.
I have just a plain show in spotlight. You
Yeah.
have show an app library in spotlight.
Exactly. What's-
Okay, but the show in spotlight and show and lookup are up above content from Apple it is. Yes, okay. Got it now. Got it. With you.
Reasoning, Bill.
Say again?
What was your reasoning for shutting off?
I'm trying to remember. Apple can make suggestions in apps, on home screen and on lock screen, or when sharing, searching, or using lookup and keyboard. I guess I'm not sure. Okay,
Thanks.
Wouldn't that mean that that Apple could come in anytime it wanted to?
well,
No, it's when you do a search.
when you're doing things, it does searches, right?
Oh, okay.
And then there's all these apps. So if I go down here to CVS, it says, learn from this app. Allow Siri to learn from how you use CVS to make suggestions across apps.
Where do you see CVS?
Oh, I have CVS as an app. You may not have CVS as an app.
Oh,
It's
very good.
just,
'cause I don't-
it's listing all the applications I have.
Oh,
Now, let me go back to the home screen. How do you use, the way in which you initiate and use Siri is different between those devices that have a home button and those that do not. So let's just talk about the folks that have a home button right now. If you press and hold the home button, that little squiggly circle will show up. See it? You can then release the home button and it will continue to record what you're saying. Let me do it again. Hi, Siri, how are you today?
Hey, I can't complain. Thanks for asking.
Now, when that circle is making that flashy look, and let me do it. That flashy look is how,
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
okay? When it's making that flashy look, it's listening.
Sorry, I'm still not sure about that.
Okay, so it's still listening to me again.
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
Okay,
Okay, let me know if there's anything else I can help you with.
now notice how the little circle didn't go away. It's just sitting there kind of idle. Now to get Siri back, I don't press the home button. I press that little oscillating circle. Hi, Siri. You want to go to dinner tonight?
Hi.
Now, if you delay your speaking too much, Siri assumes you're done. Oops. Hey, Siri, you want to go to dinner tonight?
I
Pretty
don't want the
satisfied
much.
with what I've got.
But right now, she's not listening, but the circle is still there. If I tap anywhere else on my screen, that circle disappears. If I tap the dot where that circle is, or that rotating icon. Good afternoon, Siri. What time is it?
It's 10:39 a.m.
Okay. She thinks the conversation is done, but she's still hanging around in case I want to ask for something more.
But if you have deleted, if you close it off, then you have to push the home button again to get her back.
Here's what I found.
Yes, you're right.
Still not too bright.
Our Siris are talking to each other.
All right, for those, my iPhone does not have a home button. To achieve the same effect on those devices that don't have a home button, you press and hold the power button. Good afternoon, Siri.
Hello there. How can I help?
Morning.
Do I need an umbrella today?
It might rain in the afternoon starting at 2 p.m.
Just think about what just happened there. I said something. Do I need an umbrella? It took that information, converted my sound waves to text, gave that to a computer that interpreted the text and tried to figure out what answer it should give.
I really couldn't
It
say.
also figured out that I was at home. I was in Sarasota, Florida, using my location services, and then responded, not, I don't know if you need an umbrella, but it figured out that an umbrella meant you're anticipating rain and told me what the rain forecast was, where I am.
Fantastic.
Then converted it back to Siri's voice and gave it to you. And in a matter of what, less than a second? Okay, so the technology is fantastic when you think about this. Now I still have the little circle sitting there, right?
Mm-hmm. She's listening.
What time did you get up this morning?
I'm not sure I understand.
Did you get a good night's sleep?
Mostly I want to help and have interesting conversations.
Okay. All right. Oh, what color hair do you have?
I don't have hair.
Finally got you.
You get the idea.
Yeah.
All right. Let me do something here.
Is Cortana more intelligent than Siri?
You gotta pit them against each other.
That's right, the dueling AIs.
I'm looking for a particular documents that I can show you. See what this one reads. I can send you all this document if you'd like. It's Siri
That would be
interactions,
nice. That would be nice.
Siri commands, Siri questions, and things to ask Siri. Ask Siri to make a phone call. Hey Siri, call my wife.
Sorry, I can't make a phone call with your iPad.
Mobile.
Now what it did was it came up with, and look at my, well, you can't see it. Let me pull this off here. See on my iPad.
Which phone number for Patty?
And let me explain what just happened. All right. Earlier in using Siri, I told Siri that my wife was Patty Crow. And it added that information to my contact information. I also told it my son was David Crow. All right. So if I go to my contacts and I look at the information that's in that contact that we talked about a little earlier, the one for me, I've got to go to C's. And here's all the information it has for me, but look at the end here. It has established contact information for other people. It has my spouse is Patty Crow. My sister is Max Zimmerman. Also, my wife is Patty Crow. So if I use spouse or wife as a name, it will come here, get Patty's information, go to her contact information, and get the information it needs. So for example, if I say, hey Siri, if I say, hey Siri, send a message to my wife.
Which of these should I use for McIntyre Carolyn? Home phone, mobile phone, or CSM Centire at Comcast.net?
I don't see Wednesday in your contacts. Who do you want to send it to?
Which of these should I use for McIntyre?
I'm going to get rid of hey
Who do you
Siri.
want to send it to? Something went wrong. Please try again.
All right. Let me do it without saying HEYSIRI because I'm picking up other phones, other people's Siri. Call my wife.
Which phone number for Patty? Which phone number for Patty?
So if I would rather not call her. I want to send her, let's say, a message. Send my wife a message.
Which of these should I use for Patty Crow? What do you want to say?
Where would you like to go for dinner this evening? Question mark.
Ready to send it?
Send.
Okay, it's sent.
All right. So I completed that whole transaction basically without typing anything. I could have used the word mail and done the same thing, only it would have been an email that got sent to her instead. All right. I had Patty in my contacts as my wife several times. And when one meeting I had, I said, send my wife a message, and it said, which wife?
I can imagine the reaction of the people around you.
All right. So I got rid of, and she was in there twice. So I just deleted one of them. All right. I could do the same with my son. Send my son an email.
Which one of these should I use for David Crow? What's the subject of your email?
Phone call. Phone call? You lost it? Phone call?
What would you like your email to say?
What time can we call you on Sunday? Question mark.
Here's your email message to David Crow. Ready to send it?
Send.
Okay, I'll send it.
Okay. I'm just looking at different things. I've got, how many pages is that? That article I'm going to send you is 19 pages long, right?
Hey, Bill,
Yes, go ahead.
can you have Siri take a photo? Say, if you say, hey Siri, then take a photo. Can she do that?
Yeah, you can even do it on your watch and it'll take a photo, it'll take a photo on your phone.
Oh,
I tried that.
it just did it on my iPad. It took a picture on my iPad when I said that. Gosh. Oh, okay. Thank you.
So it can take a screenshot then. Is that it?
Take a screenshot. Yeah, it just did.
That's wonderful. I keep forgetting how to do it. Especially on my computer.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, I would like to call my sister, but Siri doesn't know who she is. She's in my contacts. How do I connect the word sister with?
Right, you say to Siri, once you get Siri up, you say, my sister is, and you give it the contact name.
Okay.
Go ahead, try it.
Let's see, what device am I on here?
Just get Siri up.
Siri, call my sister. Her name is Vicky.
No. You just, what you say is, my sister's name
What is
is
your
Vicky.
sister's first and last name?
Vicky Engel.
I couldn't find that person in your contacts.
Is she in your contacts?
Yes. Please call Vicky Engel.
Calling Vicky Engel? Home.
Ooh. She's calling her.
Yep.
Pretty cool. Uh-oh. You might want to say,
So does Siri now know that Vicky is my sister?
ask her, who is my sister?
Siri, who is my sister?
I'm not sure who that is. What's your sister's name?
Do I have to press something to
No,
answer
you have
her?
to respond.
I'm having a bit of trouble here. Please try again.
Vicky
So it doesn't
Engel.
know your sister is Vicky yet, but you can say, for example, I can say, my sister's name is Mary Alice Zimmerman.
Okay, do you want me to remember that Bill Crow is your sister?
Whoops, didn't get that right. Nope.
No problem, I won't.
My sister's name is Mac Zimmerman.
Okay, but I already know that.
All right, she's already in there.
I'll work on that. Thank you.
All right. Okay. And once you get the groove, wow. How do you make Siri mad? Oh, we got to figure that out. Oh, you asked Siri to go on a diet. Siri, you should go on a diet.
Is there something else I can help with?
You are boring.
Well, as Arthur C. Clarke said, a well-stocked mind is safe from boredom.
How about you're a loser?
That's not nice.
Well, I have to show you this list because it's pretty nice. Right. Let's go ahead and try one of those. If you mute yourself, it'll help. Why don't you get a real job? Siri, get a real job.
That may be beyond my abilities at the moment.
Okay. Random request. Take me to your leader. Take me to your leader.
You are my leader.
Oh.
Oh.
And there's the one, take a picture. Or take a photo, take a screenshot. So now, Sharon, it's your turn. Can you hear me? She may have muted herself.
Yeah.
You want to tell us how you use Siri a little bit?
Well, last Friday, I had eye surgery,
Oh,
and one of the instructions was hot compress, 15 minutes on and 15 minutes off. So I get my compress, I'd go sit, put my head back and say that word, set
yeah,
a timer for 15 minutes.
yeah.
And when that was over, then I could say that word, set a timer for 15 minutes, and it would do it again. So that was really good. And I'm still, now it's just 4 times a day, but I'm still using it. But I use it a lot when I'm in the kitchen cooking. It's so much easier to say to set a timer with my phone than it is to set a timer on my oven or microwave or whatever.
Yep.
It's just really convenient for timers. Plus, I have used it to call somebody. If you've got somebody in your contacts, you can say that word, call so-and-so. And I think the more you use it, the more addicted you get.
Yeah, and while you're reclining there for whatever number of minutes, you can say that word and play some John Denver or Anya. So you can have her play some music for you.
You don't
Yes,
have to
but
have the music recorded already on your phone
You have
or
to have it
iPad?
on- yeah, you need to have it on your phone.
Okay.
Or a Pandora account.
Now, does it, do you say open Pandora or do you just say play music on Pandora or something like that?
I don't know. Because I wouldn't do that because when I was sitting in there, my husband was watching television. So that would have been a little distracting.
Yeah,
Let me try it.
yeah, give it a try.
Hey, Siri, play John Denver.
Which app do you want to listen to this on?
Pandora.
To do that, you'll need to verify your account details in Pandora.
Whoa.
Okay, so I may not have set that up yet on my new iPhone.
Gotcha, gotcha. See,
Yeah.
I can say, play Anya.
On it.
I'm hoping it works.
Still
You
on it.
forgot the magic words.
I did.
When Sharon asked that person about playing it, I got the response on my phone. This is Apple Music and privacy.
Yeah. Play music from Anya. Ooh,
On it.
I'm having some trouble getting through to Siri.
You've overworked her. She's on a break.
She's on. You see what's happening down here? See the little disc?
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Okay. And that usually indicates it's having a little problem. Play my music from Anya. No.
One sec.
Play music from Anya. Here it comes.
Sorry, there was a problem with Apple Music.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It would if we were having a problem with Apple Music.
Public radio.
Yeah.
I just answered yes, use the Pandora app when I said play Pandora, and once I gave it permission, the music started immediately.
Then you could ask for the song, Bill.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, I just said, yeah, in fact, it started playing the last one I had listened to.
How about flip a coin? So if you mute yourself, go ahead and try some of these, right? Flip a coin.
It's heads.
Roll a dice.
Okay. 4.
Yes or no?
Maybe you should ask me to flip a coin.
Pick a card.
Let me shuffle first. It's the 3 of spades.
Rock, paper, scissors, it'll play.
One of the
Bill?
questions was charge my phone to 100%. Does that really work?
If it's plugged in, probably. Charge my phone to 100%.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I can't do that.
Oh, that was one of the questions.
Hey, Bill,
Tell me a joke.
What's another name for Santa's elves? Subordinate clauses.
Oh, God. Go ahead, Jen.
Bill, was that music that you asked her to play in your music app?
Yes. It
Then
used
why
to
didn't
work.
why didn't she play it?
I don't know. Play John Denver.
Oh,
Play Anya.
Sorry, there was a problem with Apple
She's
Music.
spelling it wrong anyway.
well, that's probably it.
Play Bocelli.
Oh, well,
If it gets it right, right?
yeah, okay, thanks.
Yep. Here are some funny questions you can ask Siri. What are you made of?
A whole bunch of code, like so much, such stands.
Jeez. Where do you live?
I'm here.
Now, I'll try this one. When is my wife's birthday?
It's on the 11th of April.
How about that one? Right. Yeah, and you can use the word open to open a particular application. Oh, you can say turn on airplane mode or turn off airplane mode. right? I wonder if you can turn it off. But turn on the flashlight. Turn off the flashlight on your phones.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Really?
Let's try it. I'm going to go to my phone. Turn on flashlight.
Okay, I turn torch on.
So it's on. You can't see it, but it's on.
Let me know if I can
Turn
help.
on flashlight.
That's done.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey Siri, turn on flashlight.
How about some interesting ones like,
I turned flashlight on.
Hey Siri, turn off flashlight.
what's the price of gasoline in San Jose, California?
Gosh.
Here's what I found.
Let me try that again. What's the price of gasoline in San Jose, California? Ooh,
1 sec.
whenever it says 1 sec, you
The
know,
answer is $3.54 US per gallon.
okay.
Wow.
It is here.
Yeah, that's not bad. I thought it'd be much better, worse than that. What's the price of gas in Sarasota, Florida?
1 sec. The answer is $2.65 US per gallon.
Gone down from you last week.
Okay.
You know where she's getting gas?
Yes, where's she getting gas?
Where can I get the cheapest gas in Sarasota, Florida?
Here's what I found.
Marathon and racetrack. And it shows me where they are closest to me.
But now you have to ask the price.
Oh, yeah, but it says $1. So it says,
$1?
no, you know what I mean.
Oh, one.
It doesn't give me the price. Where is the cheapest gas in Sarasota, Florida?
Okay, here's what I found.
Doesn't say what the price is, you're right. What's the weather going to be like tomorrow?
Here's the forecast for tomorrow.
Oh. How about this one? How many calories in a soda?
Here's what I found from medlineplus.gov. One 12-ounce, 355 ml regular soda has about 150 calories, and a 16-ounce, 475 ml flavored latte can pack 250 or more.
Ooh. How many days until Thanksgiving?
It's 12 days until then.
Oh, how many calories in a bagel?
A bagel has about 261 calories.
You just can't.
Why is it showing up twice?
I don't know. Well, I'm not sure. I'm just impressed that it's shown up once.
Yes. True.
Oh, how about searching Wikipedia? Right? Search Wikipedia for Siri.
The answer I found is Siri.
Intelligent person assistant. And then I can tap the little arrow there, and I'll bet it takes me to the article. Got here. Oh. What's the price for an NVIDIA stock?
Here's what I found.
Stock. What's the price for NVIDIA stock?
NVIDIA
Wow.
didn't change much yesterday. closing at $303.90.
And then I can touch the arrow there.
Hey Siri, play John Denver.
Now playing John Denver on Apple Music. You can always ask me to switch to a different app. Your choices will help me learn the ones you like.
Who do the Steelers play tomorrow?
The Steelers play the Lions tomorrow at 1 p.m.
How I got here. My
That doesn't sound like John Denver. You can ask it what the weather is where you are. Just ask it for the weather, or you can say somewhere else.
Hey Siri, play John Denver on Pandora.
Here's John Denver Radio on Pandora.
All right, you got it. Again, that didn't sound like John Denver, though.
You feel up yourself.
There you go. How about this? What's the latest James Bond movie?
Here's an answer from wikipedia.org. The most recent Bond film, Spectre 2015, stars Daniel Craig in his fourth portrayal of Bond, the sixth
Ooh.
actor to play Bond in the EON series.
He didn't. That's not the latest one.
No, that's not correct.
That's not correct. Uh-oh, Siri fails. Who starred in Saving Private Ryan?
Here's Saving Private Ryan.
What's playing at our local AMC?
I didn't find exactly what you were looking for, but I did find these 17 movies playing at cinemas, but they are a bit far from you.
There, she found that movie.
Yeah, she found that.
There it is, right there at the top.
Okay. Yeah. It was a pretty good movie, by the way.
Is it good?
If you haven't seen it, it's
I haven't seen it, but I'm going to.
It's worth it.
Okay.
Surprising ending, though. Keep you in suspense.
Okay.
Play jazz music. Play classical music. Now, most of these are what I have in my library already. Stop music. Stop music.
Well, Bill, TuneIn is a radio station, isn't it?
Say again, please.
TuneIn, isn't that a radio station?
It is. Is that what's coming up?
Well, that was just what the jazz was on TuneIn.
Was it?
Yeah.
What was it I asked for?
Yes, to play jazz.
Yeah. Play some jazz.
With sharp hair, pretty cheap dear, and his shoulders stand.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't expect that one. Stop music. How about what is 32 degrees?
0 degrees Celsius.
And I was going to ask it that question. How many cups in a liter?
4.23 cups.
Find pizza near me.
Here's what I found.
And they are near me. They're the ones. I'm just going through some of the things that are on this list, right? Where's the closest cheesecake factory? Where am I?
Mhm.
Now, the one I kind of like when I'm out and about is that one for give me the directions to get home.
Getting directions to home.
It's not going to say you're there. I'm 1 minute away from home. And Sharon mentioned the timer. You can also say set an alarm for tomorrow.
I do that on my phone without telling Siri. I just set the alarm.
But you can say, Siri, set the alarm for, and
I will try that.
yes. And you can say, what time is it in Singapore?
In Singapore, it's 12:15 a.m.
What time is it in Paris?
It's 5:15 p.m. in Paris, France.
You can say, Siri, I'd like to write a note. Oh. And then you can say, Siri, Siri, add nails to my Costco list.
Okay, added.
Siri, delete nails from my Costco list.
Sorry, I can't help with that.
Oh, I have to delete it myself, huh? Okay. A really nice one is for reminders. You can say, remind me to check my mailbox. Remind me to call Mom at 7 p.m.
How will you get the reminder? What will they say?
It will show up as a notice at the top of your screen.
Okay.
Then you can go into reminders and see them as well.
Excuse me, Bill, question, like you asked reminders to stop at the bank. No, isn't it gonna need more information?
Was that on that list somewhere?
Yeah. Or it could be to stop any place.
Remind me to stop at the bank tomorrow.
Okay, added.
Now, tomorrow, would you just come up and say, stop at bank? It won't. There is and I'm not gonna, there's a way in reminders to say, like, remind me to get celery when I go to Publix. And then you tell it where that Publix is. And when you're driving up to Publix, it will say, get celery.
But when you're driving past Publix, it'll tell you to get celery.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Okay.
It's much better. The arriving is not that good because I guess because of the GPS, it's not that accurate.
Correct.
The leaving is much better.
Oh, when leaving, yeah.
Although that's not great either, because, you know, you could be a block or two away
Yeah.
when it reminds you, and then you could be heading in the wrong direction.
Yeah, when I'm leaving home, remind me to take my lunch.
Yeah, right, and you're 2 blocks away.
The one I kind of like is the calendar ones where you can say schedule meeting with Dr. Jones at 2 o'clock on October 23rd. And it will do it. And it puts it in your calendar.
Which calendar does it put it on?
Your default one.
A default calendar.
Yeah. And you
I
got
saw
it?
I
Like the
saw a
iCloud.
question on here where you could tell it to change one date to another date.
Yes.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah. And the list goes on. As I said, I'll send you this whole thing. Siri interactions. And it's the 2020 list, so it's a little dated, but it does all this and probably more at this point.
Well, how can we get that list?
I'm going to email it to you when I send you the link to the link to the video of the meeting today.
Okay,
I'll attach it.
thank you.
Yep. All right. Do I have any questions about other stuff? Anyone?
Yes, I have.
Go for
I
it.
have one.
Go for it.
I have a Nook e-reader on my phone and my iPad.
Yep.
How do I change the book
In Nook,
in the Nook on my e-reader and my phone? My, excuse me, on my phone and my iPad.
okay, you're saying you have the Nook,
Yes, as an app.
okay, and you, right? Do you have an account with Nook?
Yes, I do.
And you signed in, because I'm on the Nook on my iPad there, and I tap sign in, and you put in your Nook information. I assume there's a place there you can add new books. I haven't used it, but and I assume you've done that as well.
No, I have not put, so what I need to do is I don't necessarily want to buy a book through it. I wanted just to know how I can get the books that I have already purchased that are actually on the e-reader onto my phone.
Correct.
Or my,
You should be able to enter your email address and password, and it would show you those books somewhere.
so I have to go through the email?
No.
Oh.
I'm right now at the Nook screen on my iPad. And I put in my Nook ID, which is an email address. I'm not sure.
Right.
And the password for Nook.
Yeah, I got that.
And when you put that in, there should be a place that allows you to see the books you've already purchased.
All right, well, how do I get there? When I hit when I press on the Nook, all I get is the book that I was reading, which I have finished.
Yep.
So how do I get to the other?
There's got to be a back arrow somewhere. Tap the screen once and see what shows up.
Bill?
Yep.
Wait a minute, I just did it.
What you're showing on the screen now, Nook, is that something you purchased?
No, that's a free app.
A free app?
Yes.
Okay. And then you buy the books to look at on Nook?
Right.
Okay.
From Barnes and Noble, usually.
Yeah. You set up an account.
But the account's free.
Setting up the account is free. Buying the books is not.
The Nook app that you have there is free. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Hitting the back arrow did it. Thank you very much.
And that's a general answer, by the way.
Yes, okay, hit a back arrow when you get
Right,
stuff.
find a back arrow.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good. Next, anybody?
I assume that'll work on an e-reader, on an iPad.
On an
Too many
iPad?
things going.
Should be the same thing.
I
Okay,
have a question.
Go.
I'm getting audio alerts when I really don't want them. For instance, after emails come, what are some other situations? Is there, how do I delete the audio alerts?
Let me, and it's email that's sending it to you?
I thought it was more than just emails. Any kind of, I don't know my vocabulary, notification, announcement.
Mhm.
It'll go ding ding, and I really don't need to have that ding ding.
You don't like the ding ding?
No,
I just don't understand.
happens in the middle of the night.
Okay, there's a couple of things you can do to get the ding dings to go away. Let me check something here.
You want one to go away or all of them to go away?
I think all of them. I'll check my, computer when it's convenient for me. And it hasn't always been that way. It's something new that started up.
All right. Well, first of all, let's just talk about sounds. And here I went to settings and sounds on my iPad there. And it gives you the different sounds that
Sounds and haptics.
that your iPad makes when you get something. You get a phone call or a FaceTime call, a text tone, and you can change those. But that's not what you're asking. I know. It's in notifications, right?
I would believe so.
So I'm in settings and notifications. Oh, boy.
You can turn sound on and off on each individual one, but that's a long process.
I know. And at the top, it says scheduled summary. I turn that off.
That would just be for scheduled things.
No, that's a new feature they added.
when I turned mine on, I got a message on the pictorial message on the screen, notification summary with a little clock telling you how to schedule delivery and get
Yeah,
what information.
right. And that's a different thing.
Oh, sorry.
As Bill mentioned, you can look down. Let me go back to notifications here. And you see how each app that's capable of sending you notifications is listed here.
Mm-hmm.
And so you were getting notifications from what?
I wish I had written it down. I think emails,
Okay,
for one.
so let's go to mail. And if you scroll down to mail, what's it say for your mail?
Allow notifications,
Ah.
contact badges, VIPs.
Okay.
And
Turn that off and you won't get any more notifications from mail.
Okay.
So as Bill mentioned, you're going to have to go through and pick the ones you don't want to get notifications from.
I'll make a note of which ones seem
Yep.
to make the noise.
So you can stream down through this list. If they say off, they're off.
Mhm.
If they say, for example, on mine there, it's where it says messages. Right? I am getting notifications on messages. If I choose not to, I just tap the little arrow there and now messages is off.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
And it will stop. And as Bill mentioned, I don't think there's a general turn off all notifications. Okay,
The word banners, that doesn't make noise. That's just a
that slides down from the top.
and a printed
Right,
label.
yeah. But you can turn off the noise on all of them. I mean, you can, if you want to get the banner and not the noise. See where it says sounds down there? I think I can say none.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right, makes
Mhm.
sense.
Yes, thank you.
Super. Next question.
Well,
Yes, go ahead, Barbell.
yes, yes. You know, I always get a lot of information that people I send videos to cannot open them. Is there anything I can do, or is it on their side?
What are you sending to them?
WhatsApp videos.
And are they using, you're sending them on WhatsApp?
Yes, and I'm receiving them and forwarding them.
You're forwarding them.
Yes,
It's probably on their end then,
okay,
okay?
yeah. The only thing I can do is to resend it then.
Correct. When you're resending it, you're not changing anything, so it should be playable by them as well.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Next,
Bill,
go ahead, Jim.
on that screen that you have right there now on your iPad, notification center is checked and banners checked and lock screen checked. So what's the difference between notification center and banner?
Okay. Good question. When the notification arrives, if I have banners turned on, it's going to show up. And it's either going to show up temporarily, like it says there, right?
Okay,
Or it will be persistent at the top of the screen. Persistent means it shows up and you have to flick it out of the way.
mhm.
Temporarily is it shows up, and if it's not making a sound, you'll never know it was there, and it disappears before you get a chance to see it. If it makes a sound, it disappears usually before I get a chance to see it. So I usually make them persistent if I'm going to have banners. Notifications sent, well, and is that banner going to show up on the lock screen? Okay.
Yeah,
So in this case, I have it turned on. Usually I turn that off. Notification center means it not only shows up at the top of the screen, if I put my finger on the top frame and pull down, then I go back to the home screen and pull down, here's my notifications that I have received since the last time I cleared them.
oh, mhm,
And it will be listed there in that list.
mhm.
Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Other questions? No? All right.
How did you pull down the notifications?
Okay. I went to my home screen
Yes,
and I put my finger up here at the top on the frame, and then I pulled it down the screen. Like so.
More or less have to be in the middle of it, though.
Well, yeah, don't be on the right. You'll get something different if you're on the right, depending on your device.
oh, I got it.
Okay. Yeah, if you're clear over here, you get something different, so. All right. Let's just talk about those sweeps for a minute. I'm going to clear all my notifications. All right, I'm on my home screen. And what happens if I put my finger up here on the right? On the frame, and then I pull down over the frame, onto the screen and pull down. This is called the control center. And so this is another way to get my flashlight on. Well, not on my iPad, on my iPhone. Right? I have a little icon there on my iPhone that looks like a flashlight. Right there. Okay? But if I tap that, the flashlight comes on. If I tap the calculator app will open. A cool one to have, especially on your iPhone in the control center, is this one called the Magnifier. And it's great if you're in restaurants and can't see the menu because it's too dark or the print's too small. You click it and it opens up the camera. And then you can hold it over the document. You want to get, let me scroll back a little bit. Hold it over the document, actually take a picture of it. And then you can zoom in on it and read what you're having for dinner or what you'd like, might like to have. Okay? So it's a cool way to get to the magnifier. Now you're saying, well, Bill, I don't have a magnifier on my list of control center items. Well, what we're going to do is show you where you can control the list of things that are there. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 13 on my iPad and quite a few more than that on my iPhone. Well, how can you change or add or subtract the ones that are there? Okay. And the way to do that is you go, where am I going to take you now?
Settings.
I'll be darned. Settings. And right below general is something called the control center. Settings, control center. All right. And I have access within apps and show home controls. And most of us don't have home accessories like light bulbs we can turn on and off with our iPhone or iPad. So most of us will have that one off. But access within apps, you want to have that on. Okay? And then if you scroll down here, you'll notice I have a list. At the top of the list, it says include controls. And this is the ones that are listed here are the ones that are on my iPad. If I wanted to remove, for example, let me remove magnifier. Well, remove. So now if I go to control center, the magnifier, that little magnifying glass is no longer there. Right? In order to get one on the list, you scroll down to the ones you can add to it or more controls. And you'll notice down there on my iPad, there's one called magnifier with a plus sign. I click the plus sign and it shows up here. And now, can I get to the control center? Yeah. See, the magnifier has been added. So that's how you can control where they are if they're on the list. And you can control their position on the list with these parallel lines over here on the right. So if I wanted the magnifier to be the first one of the optional ones, I would just click on that and pull it up. And I'll put it right here on the top. So you just put your finger on it and you can move it around. So now when I go to the control center, it's the first one listed. Okay.
How do you know what they each do? Like there's a guided something, the lock.
I bring them up and try them, see what they do.
Oh, guided access.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. Well, let's put it on the control center, bring it up, and see what guided access is. Guided access keeps the iPad in a single app and allows you to control which features are available. Triple click the home button in the app you want to use.
I still don't understand what it does.
Well, let's go. I'm going to open an app like music and I'm going to triple click the home button. 1, 2, 3. And it came up with a magnifier. So I don't either, Sharon.
Okay.
All right. But you notice how I fearlessly did that? Most of us are afraid that we're going to break something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to settings and I'm going to get rid of it, right? Guided access. Oh, I didn't have it turned on. That's why it didn't work. All right, so now if I go back to an app, like music, 1, 2, 3, oh, guided access, boom. And what's it doing to me? Start. Still not sure what it is enabled. Triple click the home button to turn it off. I'm not sure what it did.
Well, it shows it as a little lock, so it must be keeping you out of some things and allowing you to get into other things.
I'm going to turn it off.
Yeah.
Where is it here? Oh, I've got to go into Control Center. Guided access, get rid of it. Okay.
Okay, I asked Siri.
Okay.
And she found something and it says guided access limits your device to a single app and lets you control which features are available. You can turn on guided access when you let a child use your device or when accidental gestures might distract you.
Okay.
So it only lets you use it as you direct it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many of the things that are on the control, I already have as apps on my
Home screen.
on my phone.
Yeah. Well, no, all of them should be an app there somewhere. It's just it gives them quick
Yeah, well,
access.
some of them are the ready access on the home page.
Yep, well, that's your home page.
Yes, my home page.
Okay.
So they're available 2 ways.
Yep. Oh, yes, at least. Then you can have Siri get them for you too.
Oh, sure.
One thing, if you have your new, we were covering gestures a little bit. If you put your finger here and slide it this way, it gives you another home screen, and I have 3 of them. And if you go one more gesture this way, you get something called the app library. Now you only get that if you have the newest version of the OS 15. Is it 15?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And here's all the apps you have organized in folders the way Apple thinks they might be organized. And you can tap, for example, I have, let's go to education here. I have what looks like 4 apps, but one of the apps has 4 things in it. So I'll click that. And here's all the games that I have, or the educational stuff that I have, including educational games. Okay. Now, this is an easy way to find an app you can't find. If you go to the app library and you tap the top, it gets rid of these things and lists all the apps you have in alphabetical order. So let me do that. So now I have all the apps in alphabetical order. And if I'm looking for a particular app like Messages, MES, and there's all the apps having to do that have MES in them somehow. Okay.
The keyboard underneath mine.
I don't have the keyboard show up on the list because I have an external keyboard. So that's why the keyboard isn't showing up for you folks.
Normally it would show up.
Yes. It would show up like this.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's where you can type in the MES and get the one that starts with M.
Let me
Got
do MAIL. Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
Bill, can you talk a little bit about low power mode?
Say that again, please.
Low power mode.
Low power mode. Yes, be glad to. When your battery starts getting depleted, and where do I get to low power mode?
Control center I'm in.
Is it in the control center? Oh, and there's one there called low power. Yeah.
Yeah, you can edit or delete it.
I added it. Okay, so now I have it in here. And what it does,
What's it look like?
you just tap it and it changes. It slows down the processor. It dims your screen a little bit. And it slows down the internet a little bit, saving you power. So you would do that if your battery is getting low on your device. Now, look up in the upper right-hand corner of my device up there. I'm down to 37%. I've been hitting this pretty hard this morning, right? And I'm saying, gee, I want to save some power. So I'll bring down the control center. I'll tap low power mode. And then I'll tap the screen and the battery turns into a little yellow instead of white for showing me the amount of energy I have left in it. See it there?
But it doesn't really change the amount of battery that you have.
Correct. It
It just
just
lets you know.
no, it's depleting it slower now
Okay.
because it changes the power consumption of how quickly it goes to the internet, how quickly it responds, the processor slowed down. So things are slowed down so they don't use as much power per minute that you're on the internet. Okay? Bearville, are you okay with that?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Good question. Okay. Any other questions at all?
Okay. Bill,
Yes, go ahead.
I do have a question. When we're using the magnifier
Yes,
from the control center, there is the controls below it, and I have 2 different ones on mine. Click this button right here. Click the double squares.
this button,
Next one.
this one, up above,
No, the bottom right-hand corner. Look,
this one,
yes, click that.
what's that do?
We'll click it. It says view.
Be saved to the camera roll. Okay.
Or if you keep clicking, it'll do view 1, view 2, view 3, and so on.
Mine doesn't. Got view 0.
Oh,
Let's see what happens on my phone. Magnifier.
oh, mine's not doing it now either. Oh, click the plus sign. It'll make the view 2 and 3. Click the plus sign.
At the,
Plus sign in the mid.
oh. Oh, it's choosing different cameras, I'll bet.
It's choosing different views. So what does that mean?
I don't know. I don't see it changing much. Do you?
Saying what view are you getting?
Well, you've got different views photographed
It's taking a
apparently.
picture. It's taking a picture each time you hit the plus sign. That's interesting. Okay.
Well,
It's just taking different pictures, Jim.
and what would be the purpose of that?
You want two sides of the menu at the same time?
Oh, okay. Okay. Yep, all right.
Now, and then you say it's done, and here's the different pictures you've taken. Now, let me explain that magnifier a little better. Let me start over with magnifier. And it's right now, it's on the picture, so I've got to get. All right. So right now it's a live picture. Yes.
Yes.
And I'm taking a picture of a menu, for example. Right? And so I tap the button.
Find magnifier.
So I tap the button.
Looking for Magnifier on the App Store.
I tap the button. It takes a picture of it. Now that picture does not go into your photo library, for example. It does not. But I can zoom in on and move it around. If I zoom in, right, I can move around. Right?
Mhm.
I can also use a little dot to zoom in. So what I usually do, instead of just using the magnifier, and now I'm on the magnifier, I don't try to read the menu while I'm holding it. I usually take a picture. And then I use the picture to zoom in on the menu to see it. Okay?
Mhm.
On your iPhone, you have a picture of a flashlight there, so you can actually turn on the flashlight. Okay, so if I'm taking a picture of the tip I gave you, I can turn on the flashlight if it's a dimly lit room, and then take the picture by hitting the button. Okay, and now it's a still picture. And I could zoom in on parts of it, shift it around, say, oh, filet mignon, that looks pretty good. Okay. Get the idea?
Yes, thank you.
When I have the magnifier on and looking through in such a way as you're talking about a picture, to take a picture, I get a plus sign, a regular plus sign. You have an X in the circle.
Okay, let me get rid of that. If you hit double squares there, that's what turns on the plus sign, so you can take more than one picture.
I didn't hit the double squares. All I get is I have the double squares that say view 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 or whatever, but in the circle is now I have the plus sign like you did.
Now, tap the view, tap where it says view 4, tap that. And there's all the pictures you've taken,
Ah,
okay? And then at the top, you tap N to get back to the magnifier.
Is there a particular advantage of taking the picture rather than just using the magnifying glass to
Yeah,
look at the
it's-
menu?
Yeah, because you can't hold it steady enough. So if the print's really fine, you're moving around too much to be able to read it well. So you take the picture of it. You'll back off quite a ways and take a picture of it.
Okay,
And then you can zoom in on it to read it a little more easily without it moving around. And you don't need to be holding your camera up above the menu and trying to read what's on what's on the camera.
if you can hold it steady enough, you don't need to do that.
Well, I can't do that. I'll speak for myself.
That's what I thought maybe was,
I'm fortunate enough to not need the magnifier.
Okay.
yeah.
You might need the flashlight though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that might.
Okay. All right.
Flashlight is not on the iPad, right?
It's on the iPad Pros. It's not on the normal iPad.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's on all models of the Pro, but it's on some of the Pro.
Instant notes, usually create new notes.
From here?
No, I was just looking at a picture on the iPad
Yeah.
control center that it didn't say what it was, but it was an icon, and I clicked on the icon and it said notes.
Yeah, it opens notes.
Yes, it does.
All right. Finally, the blonde joke to end all blonde jokes. A girl was visiting her blonde friend. There's no gender implied there, right? Who had acquired 2 new dogs. And she asked what their names were. The blonde responded by saying, one of them is named Rolex and one is named Timex. Her friend said, who ever heard of someone naming their dogs like that? Well, hello, said the blonde. They're watchdogs.
Good as the ones you shared with us at the very beginning, the pictorial jokes.
All right. Yeah, we should have used that one, right?
Yeah.
Why are your dogs named Rolex and Timex? All right, folks. This is the last show for the year, by the way.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll be seeing you back in January.
Good.
Oh,
I think it is. There's not one next week, and I'm not doing any in December, so let me check, make
I
sure.
thought there was one next week.
Is there?
Well, wait a minute, I thought so.
Let me
This
check.
one, next week is the 20th,
Yeah,
and then the 27th is Thanksgiving weekend.
yep.
I have one scheduled.
Is there? What is it, Jim?
It says iPhone, iPad, home.
Hold on, you're
And then on
big
the
enough.
27th. Oh,
What's next week?
on my calendar, it just says iPhone, iPad,
Yeah,
home, HOME.
let me check my calendar just to make sure. Hold on.
I had clipped it out of the calendar and it said iOS 15 new features. on the
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm doing one on the iPad, one on the iPhone for iOS new features. So yes, this isn't the last class. How sad.
Hey, Bill. Bill, also, there's one on the 27th.
And what's that one?
Well, I've got it the same thing, iPhone, iPad.
Yeah, I think the one on the 20th is the iPad new features from iOS, and the one the 27th is the iPhone or iPad. It's the opposite. So one's going to focus on the iPad, one's going to focus
Okay.
on the iPhone.
Okay. But we're going to have them.
Yeah, we'll have those classes.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Doug, excuse
And
me,
you're
Ms.
not
Doug,
having anything in December,
Correct. I'm not having anything in December.
but you are on Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes.
Very good.
the Doug newsletter puts the phone first and then the iPad on the 27th.
Is that the way I've done
That's what Doug told us.
it? And I told Slug that, so. Okay. All right, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank
Thanks
you.
very much.
Bye-bye.
Great week.
Bye-bye.
See you next week.
Yes, sir.
See you.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Everybody.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.